Nicole O'Neill once said, when you find the courage to use your voice, it has the power to positively inspire and change the lives of others. It is one of the special gifts you have to offer the world. It is something to be cherished and championed, never hidden. And that is why we are here on Your Voice, Your Impact. I am the energetic EJ. I am a life and transformational coach, and I work with women aged 40 and above to turn their abandoned dreams into achievable goals by activating their voice for impact. I'm also a podcaster and an event host. On this show with me is
Great, so amazing. The goal of this show is to help people use their voices to create impact. I am a physicist and a life coach. What I do for my clients is I help them build systems to achieve their goals whilst having fun doing it. On this show, we discuss topical issues that can inspire you to move. Like, subscribe, and share. Welcome aboard.
I don't know if you can hear me. It feels like my laptop is hanging. I'm just hoping that I would have a seamless experience today. Welcome to another episode on Your Voice, Your Impact. This is the energetic EJ. So we're just going to go right into it. And I'm going to allow Gracie drive the conversation today because the way my laptop is doing anyhow, I'll just bring everybody up on stage so that we can just go for it today. Of course, today we're talking about the connection between wealth and spirituality. Is there a connection? If there is, what exactly is that connection? And how can we begin to relate with that connection? What is there when we talk about wealth? What is the business of spirituality? And when we talk about spirituality, is there a connection between that and wealth? And driving that conversation with us today is the one and only 𝙔𝙤𝙪𝙧, a business growth expert. And we're going to have a fantastic time today. One of the things that that I like about Sam's presentation anytime is the storytelling. So I'm hoping he's going to give us one or two stories today as he answers some of the questions we're going to be sharing. Hello, Gracie. How are you doing today? Can you hear me? Because I'm really hoping you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. And you know how we roll now. We do it anyhow. The most important thing is we're able to get the message across. And I'm very happy, super excited today because, the series for the month is something that touches everybody. I don't know, whatever strata, wherever you are, whatever stage you are, what we are discussing in this month touches all of us. And today I am particularly interested in learning because our guest is going to be dropping some nuggets. So I think we should just go right into the conversation for today. Over to you, the energetic EJ. It's lagging.
All right. So today on this show, okay, it's lagging, yeah? It's lagging.
Yeah, from your end.
Okay.
But I think
hopefully we're going to.
You can just shoot.
Okay. All right. So we're going to have to manage it as usual. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up our guest today. We fondly call him Daddywa. I think he's even dressed like a Daddywa today. So get ready to have some good fun as we dissect the topic of today. Hello, Mr. Sam Ravage.
Okay, this didn't warn me that I was coming live already. I just appear. Bam. It
How are you
took you
doing
guys
today?
a while to bring me to this very special program. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Thank you. Finally, you remembered me. Ah, thank God. I'm remembered. I'm happy to be here. How you doing, Grace?
Yeah,
And
I'm
the
doing
energetic
amazing.
DJ.
I'm
Yes, always amazing.
happy.
Well, this is in your name. Only one person can do so amazing. You still put it part of your name. Amazing. Fantastic. Awesome. It's good to be here. Thank you. Thank you. The energetic edge. Amazing.
You're
All
following
right.
your phone, Abby. Okay, no wahala. Thank you so much for being here today. We're glad to have you. I wish give us that this thing. Give I wanted to say I should have told you before you give us that your intro.
Intro day.
Oh yeah, give us. The audio is low though.
Oops. Let's take a video.
FPC is plenty. Serial killer.
Woo! Even though the audio wasn't so clear, but
The audio
you
was
know the
low. The audio
pictures
was
and
low, Sam.
everything.
The audio was low. We do hear the serial.
Sorry.
But I
But
think I
anyways,
think what we should do, is to allow some Dr. Sam Harvard to start by telling us a little bit about himself before,
absolutely.
yeah, we get into the show proper.
There is nothing. Okay, there's nothing about me. I thought there was this profile that you asked for.
We want we you know
We want to
you
hear
know
from the horse's
what we
mouth.
do here, we tweak it, we change it, whatever we want. We can just say, okay,
Ah,
today
you would
the
have
energetic
thought
would read the profile
I
and
will
or
go and
I'll
read
read
it.
the
Oh,
profile, but we want to hear it from you directly.
okay. Now, one of the biggest challenge I've had is introducing myself. And I think it's because I happen to have abilities in a lot of things. So once I start talking in this direction, this other one is going to say, "What about us?" This other one will say, "What about us?" So it's really been a difficult thing for me. I think I'm going to work on it anytime soon to be able to say definitely, okay, this is me, this is who I am. But naturally, I believe that things that give me passion is helping people live a better life. So I believe that um, the what we live in right now is a consequence of some people in the past and their contribution while they were alive. That's what gave rise to the world we live in. We are able to connect even though we are different location in real time because some people gave their expertise to create whatever is making us able to do this. And as we speak right now, someone else is inventing something that is going to make the lives of people that are coming after us to be a better life. So personally, I believe that I'm one of those people who consciously live his life every day looking for ways to make everyone's life that I meet, either virtually or physically, to just be a little bit better. And I do this by teaching skills, digital skills that can help either individual or business to make more money. Why? Because I believe your life is your money. All these people that used to say your money or your life, it's poor scholarship. You know, in movies, Nigerian movies, they say when a robber wants to thief or a thief wants to rob you, say your money or your life is poor scholarship because your money is your life. Yes.
Mm.
So, so without money, there is really no life because what is money? Money is not paper. Do I have anyone around here? Money is not this paper. I hope this is money. I have some. Money is not this paper. Okay. This paper represents money. So what it means is they make this completely rare, backed up by a government, and then it represents money. What is money really? Is value. What is value? Food, clothes, shelter, the things we live for, our life. That is value. So you buy your life by giving this in exchange. So anyone that takes this is taking your ability to live. For example, if you don't eat for a certain number of days, you're going to die. So if somebody takes money away from you, will not be able to buy food, so you can't eat. So they are technically taking your life. So I believe anyone that helps other people make more money is actually helping their lives become easier and better. So see now, see what you have made me do. So that
We
is
love
me.
it. We love it. We love it. Love it. Love it. So maybe I should quickly add that if you're seeing this and you're seeing this alone, then you're not a nice person. If you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, or wherever you're watching this, this is the moment where you need to go and talk to somebody to come and gain. And I love how this is starting already, because you have just done something to my mind already, that we are enjoying the consequences of what people in the past put together for us to enjoy. So it's already touching into the topic that we have for today. So let me allow the energetic to introduce the topic, and then we get into the meat of today. Thank you so much for that introduction, and I truly understand what you mean when you say that you find it hard to introduce yourself. We are on the same
We're in the same WhatsApp group.
we're in the same WhatsApp group. Thank you. All right.
All right,
Take it
fantastic.
away,
I love
sis.
it. I love it. And that kind of speaks to the connection already. So one thing I would like to start with is I think you kind of speak to the topic of the day when we're talking about, wealth and spirituality. So we're looking at what is that connecting factor between these two. But case in point, really, the theme for our conversations this month is wealth. Last week we really dug into what wealth is. Is there a dark side to wealth? And our guest last week helped us dissect, looking at wealth holistically and looking at the dark side of wealth. And I like the definition that you gave to money, saying that money is value. If you were to define wealth from your perspective, what would you define wealth as, Mr. Sam?
Okay, there are different ways to define wealth, but I try to make things very simple for myself, and also because of the caliber of people that I believe I'm sent to. Things needs to be broken down to the simplest format and nothing sophisticated. So the way I define wealth is a system that generates a lot of money.
Okay.
A system that generates a lot of money. I'll say the third time. A system that generates a lot of money. What is a system? A system is like a goose, or for the sake of better understanding, a chicken, a hen, all right, that lays golden eggs.
Okay.
A hen that lays golden egg. What you spend is the golden eggs. Money is the golden eggs. What people see often is the golden eggs. But the creator of the golden egg is wealth.
Mm.
So a lot of people do not have the hen or the goose, but wealth is you having a goose that can lay golden eggs. Is that simple
Wow.
enough? All right. So when we're talking about a system, the entire being of the goose, how he feeds, what he eats, his health, his state of mind, the process of it laying those eggs, everything about the hen or the goose is wealth creation or wealth building or wealth preservation. So wealth produces money. Now there are seasons that the hen or the goose has not laid egg yet.
Mm.
So which means wealthy people can be broke with money. Hi, Sabadaba. Wealthy people can have situations that they don't have cash, paper money, or money in the bank, but they have a system that produces a lot of money. This is why people need to know wealth is not how much in the bank account. One other way I define wealth is how long it takes you, if you lose everything you have today that is material, to make it back. How
Mm.
long it takes you to make back everything you have today if you lose it all. Your job, your bank balance, your house, your businesses, everything, if they go away, how long will it take you to build all of those back? That is the measure of your wealth. Because they say a man's life, his wealth, is not in the abundance of things he owns. A man's life, his wealth, is in his ability to reproduce those things. I hope it's not complicated.
No, at all, not at all. And I'm
Not
going
at
to,
all.
I'll take it exactly from where you took it. A friend of mine, she's a business owner. She's doing pretty well, and she said something that, thieves broke into her house one time and they took her laptop, and
Wow.
her business and everything she does is in that laptop. And then at some point she was almost going into depression, that, my goodness, how will I start? Even though she already had a business moving and everything, but the mental work and everything, starts, is in her, was in her laptop before the robbers
The
took it.
robbery.
And then she sat down and said, babe, you created all the things that you put in the laptop, so you can recreate the things that you need to consider continue with your business in the laptop. And so that you know that this story is not a catch and put, is my beloved friend. Shout out to you, the owner of Happy Coffee Nigeria. Happy Coffee Nigeria. So this story, I'm giving it back to her because she's somebody that I admire and is doing pretty well in her space. All right. This question that I want to ask you is very, very sweet, and it's based on what you just said. The topic is wealth and spirituality, where they connect. And what you have said so far is you've been able to help us understand what money is and how money is somehow connected to wealth. I'd ask you two questions. The first question I would ask you is, why is it important? Why is it important to be wealthy? Why is it important to be wealthy? That's the first question. I'll allow you answer that. Then I'll ask the follow-up question.
Okay, why it's important is pretty simple. From what I said earlier, your money is your life. So the kind of life you live, how sweet it is, how long it is in most cases, is all determined by your access to wealth or your access to money. Let's talk about money, for example. So money is important because you will not even enjoy your being alive without it. So if something is that foundational, then everything else is secondary. You can't serve God well if you're a religious person if you do not have money. You can't be respected in the society if you do not have money. Even in your family, they will not respect you if you do not have money. You cannot find, you can't enjoy love. You might find true love, but you will not enjoy it if you do not have money. All right. So you can't go to where you want to go to if you do not have money. You're compressed and confined to a certain location because you do not have money. You will only live and sleep with imaginations and fantasies of things you would have loved to do, but you would never be able to enjoy it. And finally, most important one is you will not have options. You will take whatever is left for you. You will not have options. All right. So it's important to know that everything about your life becomes better when you have access to a lot of money, not just small money, a lot of it. So money is life. That's how important it is.
I love it. I would allow the energetic to ask her next question while I'll cooking the next one for you. Or you want me to go ahead with the next question? All right, thank you. I love it. And the next question is about material wealth and what you think, so from the spiritual angle, we we grew up hearing stories around material wealth and how it affects us as human beings in getting in the space of how do I put it? Okay, so how do you connect material wealth with spirituality in the sense of how would you place you being spiritually healthy at the same time having quote and unquote what they call material wealth? Did you get it?
What is it
What
you
is
say? Talk
And then
your
what
own.
is material wealth?
Let me okay, I was trying to avoid some terms, but let me just throw it out there. Now, in the spiritual realm, in the sense of dogma, spirituality, dogma is when you're talking about religion and everything. There is no universal agreement so far, because for some people material wealth is true wealth, and for some people peace,
Inner peace.
purpose, inner peace, and all of that
Kung Fu
is what
Panda,
they
inner peace.
call wealth. Now, you have called money, I mean, you in your first definition you said money is wealth and all of that. So the reason why I said that you should explain material wealth was because I didn't want to bring it from this context, but I've brought it now. Physical money, inner peace, purpose, finding, and all of those things put together. And dogma, you not being overly materialistic and losing what you call faith and all of those things put together, because there is a definition, a limiting belief while growing up that, okay, let me just throw it out there. The love for money is the root of all evil. Okay. I don't talk here. Now, I'm asking you this question to help people that are sitting, on that particular belief system and have unconsciously refused to grow wealth because there's a story around amassing material wealth. I was trying not to put it like this, but okay, that's it. The root of all the money is the root. They've said different things, but some people, it's there in their head. They are not able to take it. They say, let me not go and chase too much money and lose this. So how are you able to marry all of this together and help people get away from the limiting belief of material wealth to take you away from truly serving whatever you serve?
Okay. First of all, this is not money.
Okay.
Money is what you can buy with this.
Okay. Money is what you can buy with the paper.
With this. With currency or bank balance.
Okay.
This is
Money.
useless.
Yes, I agree.
To you can't eat it, you can't wear it, you can't use it to design anything, you can't even write on it. It's stained with a lot of inks. It's not a plain white paper, so it's useless. You can't even use it to light fire and all that. It's completely useless thing. All right. It could be $100. It doesn't matter what country's currency it is. This paper is not money. This paper is a promise that when you present it, money will be given to you. So what is money? The things you need. All right. The things you need. So it is possible to live a life where you get all the things you need without ever having to exchange this for those things.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Just think
I
about
see
it.
what you mean. Yeah.
You want to build a house, the person who has cement brings cement to you. He doesn't collect this from you. Just say, I'm honored to give you cement. Another person say, land that you will build this house on, I'm honored to give you one of my lands. And they don't ask for this. And that person says, oh, I own a development company, architecture, structural engineer, surveyor, everything is under my company. We will do the entire building for you. We are honored to do it. We don't need this. So it is possible for somebody to live or build a life to that extent that people who have things that money can buy give to him or her as a form of honor to themselves.
Okay. I see what you mean.
No, that is deep because a lot of people will never experience that.
You people are carrying us to where we go.
No. I get it.
A lot of
go ahead.
You can exchange it with the term value. Is that okay? Like value. Does value work?
It's called goodwill. You become a personality that any need you have, you can get it without exchanging paper for it. But that is some level. Let's not get into that level now. So let's come to the level that
Acho mentioned something like this, but he didn't say it like this. Our last speaker, he mentioned it that when you operate on certain levels, and it's beginning to make sense when you go for billionaires, when you go for their weddings, and then you see that several things coming in, things that they don't even need, and they're like, we don't need these things. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm
so the point I'm trying to make is that when you are talking about spirituality and wealth creation, it is not limited to paper, material wealth, paper money, or bank balance money. Either crypto money, paper money, or bank balance money. It's not limited to that, because you can have almost anything you want in this life without having to exchange this. It is possible. I have experienced it in one form or the other where people say, this thing normally should cost you 10 million. But because it is you, Dr. Sam Harvard, we will do it for you for free. Do you understand? We will do it for you for free because it is you. Why? I have simply exchanged what we call goodwill for that service or that product or that thing that they gave to me. As simple as that.
Commensurate too.
All right. So wealth is not limited to paper. So the problem, and I'm going somewhere with this, I forgot to say this earlier, I'm going somewhere with this. A lot of us limit our joy to when we have abundance of paper. So when there is paper in your hands, you are happy. You feel good. That's when you feel like living. That's when you feel like, let me go and eat and all of that. We forgot, listen to this, this is very critical. Paper is an invention of man. Paper was not always there. Human civilization began with goodwill exchange. Whatever you want, you approach who has it, and you conversate, you communicate and discuss. What can I give to you in exchange? Listen to me. Exchange and barter is not always about giving goods first. People do goodwill. For example, I want to eat yam. I go to the house of my neighbor that has yam. And I said, I want yam. You have abundance of yam. What can I give you in exchange? Said, don't give me anything. Take yam. One day is coming in the future that I will need something you have. I can easily come and get it as well. So I just got the yam with goodwill. I don't know if you're getting it. So it is because it became cumbersome that they had to now look for a rare material that is useless. They call it gold. All right. And they say for those who have gold, you can hold on to gold as a promise that anytime you present this, whatever you need, oh God, whatever you need in the life of the person, all right, they are going to give to you in exchange for the gold that you have. So if we think this way, human are still human. We can still discuss with people that have what we want in their hands in exchange for some other thing we could do for them without presenting cash, physical paper, money. So it's as simple as that. So there are things that I need that EJ has. There are things that EJ need that I have. If we discuss, we could always exchange those things. And I don't need to give her something for her to give me what I want that she has. She could give me with the hope that one day she will need something that I have and I will give her. So that is a realm that people get to where they exchange physical value without necessarily using physical cash. So if you understand this matter that I'm talking about right now, it will shift your mind away from thinking you are broke because you don't have paper money. You are broke because you don't have goodwill.
Or you have it and you don't recognize it because
Or
there
you
is
don't
that one.
recognize it, or you're not using it as okay. There's another knowledge to that. So
What you
ignorance is also
have that you
bad.
don't know you have, you don't have. What you have and you are not using, you don't have. Do you understand? So you have people who will say, this is what you need. You get it. I have gotten things in this life that people who struggle with money struggle to get, but people give it to me for free. And most people who give me things for free are not giving it because they just love me and just want to dash. No, they recognize there's something about me that they will need in the future. And so they are giving this ahead as payment for whatever it will be that they will need tomorrow.
Does that explain the spirituality?
Yeah, like sowing of seeds.
Well, it's not seed though. Make we not miss them.
Because no, not the seed that you're thinking of. Because if I'm getting something from you now, if for instance now, like you rightly said, when somebody comes to you for a favor, it's like planting for the future. It's like planting for the future.
Yeah.
So mentally, because I'm putting it in a very practical term, that so that's why they say more people that are wealthy are people that have been able to solve more problems for people, and the bigger the problem you're able to solve for people, the bigger the value you get in return. So that's the context.
Should I tell you the real money? Real money
Tell us.
is people.
Yeah.
Real money is people, because whatever you want to buy tomorrow, it is human being that will sell it to you. Whatever you want to sell tomorrow, it is human being you will sell it to. And I usually teach that all the money you ever need in this life is already in people's pockets. So the constant in the entire game of wealth and money is people. So smart people are people who prefer to gain people, to make people, not make money. Nice. So if I make people, everyone that I make, whatever money they have access to, indirectly I have access to it. Indirectly I have access to it. And there is a movie I would recommend for those who have not seen it. I think it's on Netflix. You can actually go check it on Netflix. It's The Godfather. The first part of Godfather, the beginning of
That
The
old
Godfather.
one.
Yes, the
The
old
old
one.
Godfather,
The
Al
old
Pacino.
one. Yes, the old one. Corleone. Yes. Now, at the beginning, there's a man that came to complain that his daughter was harassed and almost left for death and all of that by some boys. And he didn't know what to do. He wants revenge and all that. So he wants Godfather to go and avenge him, of his daughter from those boys that molested the daughter. And then he said he's willing to pay Godfather money. See where we're going. I have money to give you. Send your people to go and beat those people, kill them, do whatever you want to do for them to, avenge what they did to my daughter. And Godfather said the guy is not wise, that he thinks he can get everything with money, that all he needed to do was just acknowledge him as his godfather, and he would do the favor for him, that God is his witness, that before this sun sets on that day, that the family of those boys, including those boys, will be below the ground. And he's doing that because it's a favor to the man, which he may come one day and ask him for a favor that is within his power as payback, or the day may never come. So what the guy is establishing in that movie is whatever you need is not money. It's relationship, it's goodwill. You understand? So that is the concept. So the moment we recognize that people equals money, how many people do you have? If you're broke today and let's say you're hungry, you don't have food, it's because you don't have goodwill. Wow. All right. So money is the temporary thing we hold before we build goodwill. There's a level you get to that most significant things in your life is not going to come because of money anymore. It's going to come because of people. Let me give you a simple example. There are cars that you cannot buy, even if you have 10 times the worth of that car. There are properties you cannot buy, even if you have 2 million times the worth of that property. Because they are not selling it for money. They are selling it to a person.
True.
So money
benefits.
Yeah, money
some
gets
health
shamed.
benefits can only be for some presidents.
Money gets shamed when it gets to something. If not, Dangote will not become a podcaster. Am I lying? Recently, you did not start doing podcast and content creation? When they want to finish his money, his life. Yes, he began to do interview everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So, money is people.
True.
It's people. So the people that have been in government were his people. The new government are not his people, and they showed him pepper. They solved that matter now because they have found a way, because people got involved. So it's all about people. So recognizing true wealth is people. Who do you have access to? This is why people don't know. See, the president of Nigeria in the next 10, 15 years is not yet a president today. He's still accessible today. He's still probably a normal guy somewhere today. The people who are sowing seed into his life, let me use your word, when he becomes president in 15 years, they now have goodwill. Hi. They now have goodwill. There are people who sow seed into my life yesterday. Whatever I am today, they have goodwill. A lot of them have not cashed it. I'll give you a very good example. When I first got into Dubai, I was hungry one day. I met a lady on Instagram. We were always doing video call. So one day we're doing video call. This was 2020. And she was like, why are you looking like this? I said, I've not eaten. No, I don't know where they sell food. I don't know how to order food. I don't even have cash, Dubai cash on me. I have dollars, I have some naira and all of that. So that's no problem. Where is my address? I'm staying at this hotel. She said, don't worry, give me a minute. She pressed phone. Said, what would you like to eat? I said, I'm craving rice. She has ordered talabat for me, rice. And I said, I would like to call people. I don't have said, what's your number? She has sent airtime. She bought me 1 plate of rice and airtime. I cannot tell you how many times I've paid rent for that girl, running to thousands of dirhams in this same Dubai. We don't have anything to do to get our kids way small. We have never done, so that some people's mind will clear. But for buying me food and whatever, at the time that I could not help myself, she bought a certain goodwill that there is nothing she ever asked me except I don't have. It's a done deal. She has it already. So at the time, she really didn't know much about me. She just saw one fine guy with pink lips on Instagram and then decided to just be friendly with me and then met my need. So there are a lot of people that are passing through our lives every day who are potential billionaire tomorrow, who are big business owner tomorrow, who are president tomorrow, who are this and that tomorrow. When we learn the habit that money is people, the way we strive to make money, we strive to make people like that. Oh my goodness.
We'll be rich.
Projects that you're trying to do, that the people you need for the project are people. They are people. You understand? So that's the core thing. All right. So I hope I've answered your question.
I love it. I absolutely EJ, if you leave me, I will ask all the questions. So.
I understand. I know, right? And as you were just speaking, I'm just seeing how truly rich I am, like how wealthy I am. And you know, there is that I don't know, sang that song, whether it's Sonia Ade or
EJ, do you know
sir.
the apartment I am right now is worth 7.5 and I'm staying here for free?
On goodwill.
Goodwill. In Dubai, who will give you a house not collect money? Goodwill.
Right.
So many things. So it's not always about
the
build people.
Wait. Let me play this card, because you know, according to again our last guest, he said something about some things are encrypted in certain things, because there's somebody out there that just sitting down like, okay, I'm a kind person, I do a lot of things for some people, but I'm still not there. How long do I have to wait? Because I'm you know, my brain is thinking practical terms, because when we speak to one thing, we were able to help some people unravel what it is that they are probably not doing right. And that's to speak to people that are actually people's people. They are kind, they give.
I got you.
You know, but they're not there yet. You know, when they say come,
let me even answer that one first of all. Like, let me answer from my own perspective. I think it still boils down to what we're talking about, recognizing what true wealth is. Because there are people that are actually rich, like you said, they are kind, they have but they don't even realize it.
That it is wealth.
And so it's like when the prodigal son left. When he carried money, carrying papa money, I want my inheritance. When he left, all his mind, his understanding of the time of wealth was just that inheritance. But when he came to himself and understood what true wealth is, like, who am I? Like, do I know who I be? I have a father, I have a family. Do you see? So I think it boils down to that awareness. And, you know, because for example, like I said, I'm a people's person. Although, thank God for awareness now. We're beginning to get aware, to know that, auntie, you don't need money to do everything you want to do in this life. There are people that are readily waiting. Just say the word. So people are watching like, this woman is just, you have voted wrong. And they'll be doing, you're so powerful, almighty, wonderful. But you've not opened your mouth to even say, oh, here's something that I need help with. Or here's something I'm thinking I want to do. You will be shocked. So I think it comes down to the awareness. But of course, again, the awareness as well, it's deep, it's deep, it's deep, it's deep, it's deep. And I want us to really touch on that spirituality part.
We
Like,
need to
what
now
is
talk
the
about the
essence?
spirituality part.
Yes,
Yes.
like what's
That's
the
the balance.
like, because when you talk about grace, for example, you ask that question of material wealth, like,
Hmm.
and then it's like there is a separation between wealth and spirituality. Because for me, I really believe that wealth begins. Wealth is a spiritual concept.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah. So what would you say? Like,
There
what
is
is that connection?
there is a
Maybe
level I
you
want to
should even
speak
start with
on.
what spirituality for some people that
There, there is there
It's
is
true.
there
That
is
was
there is
spirituality.
there's a level I would have spoken on, but it's gonna confuse 99% of people. So I will try to be as simple as possible. I have a degree in physics, and one of the part of physics I love the most is
Ah,
Are
what?
you serious?
she's a
I
physicist
thought you
now.
He's a
should
physicist.
now
Oh,
I
I
get
get it. I
it.
get it. I get it. I get it. so,
All right,
so
cute.
there are some area of quantum
Wait,
mechanics and atomic physics.
energetic. Are you just finding out?
No, no, I know. But
She knows in her physics we go do for school. All right, that actually
Okay, nice.
it's actually the foundation of all realities as we know it. But I don't want to get too deep into that. But there is an angle I want to tie this to. Let me give you an example. One day, I heard a man that I respect so well say that he used to tell himself that I give to people a lot, but nobody gives to me.
Mm,
And in
mm,
reality, nobody gives to him. All the cars that this man has had, he never sold them. He gave all of them out as gifts to people. But nobody has given him a car as at the time of this speech. No gifts, no nothing, but he gives his life to people like crazy. Until one day that he came to the realization that the power of life and death is in the tongue. So he changed his vocabulary, but it's not about what he's saying first that changed. His belief, his mindset first start to change. Then when he changed in his mind, what he says change. He now start to say, I'm a fertile ground. People give to me a lot. Nobody don't give yet, oh, but he kept saying it. And his next birthday, the gift he got then was more than all the gift he has gotten in 40 something combined years that he has spent before in one birthday, because he changed what he says after changing how he thinks. When I heard it, my life changed. I used to say exactly the same thing. I am daddy. Why I give to everybody? Nobody give me anything. I've never celebrated birthday. Nobody has ever even looked at me and say, take this and all that. But me, I've given cars, I've given house, I've paid house rent, phones that I bought in this life. I should have started a phone company. I've done all kinds of things for people. I've carried people on international trips. There was a time that I carried 75 people on international trip, all expense paid. 75, me, yeah. I gave them clothes to wear. I gave them bag for the trip. Everything. Buffet in the morning, buffet in the night. There was one man that used to
wow.
take 5 egg in breakfast, 5 boiled egg. That's just by the way. I've done all of that. I've given cars to people. I've given 7 cars in one day. All right. I've done all of this, but nobody don't give me things. So I used to say that rubbish. But the day I heard him, I said, no, people give to me. I receive and all of that. And the next birthday, people started bringing gifts. My last birthday, I was shocked. They woke me up with surprise. You see, all this money, something that they do, they brought for me. Money cake, money bouquet, money box, only me. And to make the matter interesting, the person that sent those gifts was not even in Nigeria. I was in Nigeria at my last birthday. But all of these gifts began to come. Why? Because I started saying that, oh, people give me gifts also. I'm not just the one that gives. So there are people who say, oh, I give to people and all of that, but whenever me I need, nobody gives to me. Stop saying that. That is the spiritual reality, which now leads me to explain spirituality and wealth. Everything we do in this physical realm is backed up by a realm that is not physical. This dimension we are seeing is a 3-dimension. All right?
Fourth dimension.
There's a 2-dimension, which is a 2D, which is what you're seeing on your screen, but there's a 3-dimension, X, Y, and Z axis. But in Fich's strings theory, there is a 26-dimensional universe. You can't imagine it. You go mad. By the time I go 4th, 5th, 6th already, you can predict what will happen tomorrow. By the time I'm going to the 9th dimension, whatever you think is in existence in a different alternate universe, alternate existence. Hey, let's not get into this deep stuff. But the point is,
but we like it. Some of us like the
I know you will, because you can understand it. but let's not
like it.
let's not get, see what Christians call miracle. Hey, you know, if you walk, you start to walk. It's not miracle, it's simply a dimensional reality that you pull into the 3-dimension, the 3D. That's the only thing that just happened. Wealth that you are looking for is in existence in a certain higher dimension. If you can pull it from that dimension, you will see it in this 3D exists. Let me blow your mind. Imagine you are the US president right now. You that you're listening to me, you are the US president. If you can imagine it, it exists in a dimension.
I'm trying to imagine it too.
It exists right now as I'm talking to you. It exists. So we have a lot of work. The way we try to chase paper money, we need to develop our spiritual awareness. Why do I say this? We are all made by an unseen being. God that made us is not a 3-dimensional being. There are the realms of angels. I wish one of these days I'll teach about these things. It's deep, guys, but to liberate your mind. It's crazy. So the God that made us is not a 3D being. And when he made us, from the account of Genesis, for those of you who are Christians, he said after he formed man, he gave them simple instruction. He said, become fruitful, multiply, cover the entire planet, subdue it, rule over it, and dominate it. Part of the things that you were commanded to dominate is gold, silver, diamond, the things that are measured as store of value. The things that are measured as store of value. There are the things that you were commanded to dominate. So, but a lot of us live our life in the opposite of this reality. So when you recognize that that is my source, you recognize that that is the kind of person I am, then you notice that your wealth creation is a spiritual command. It's a spiritual command. But what you don't know, you don't have. Until you know it, then you begin to have it. It is always there, but because you don't know it, it's not going to become real for you. So today is an awareness day for everyone who's listening. To know that money is not paper. All right? Money is people. When I invest in people and I say the right things because I believe the right things, almost everything I need is going to come to me. If you are selling products, now people go buy. So when you recognize where you are, people will buy your product more. Simple. I don't put on practical now. All right.
Mm.
So they sell products, because the difference between someone that is wealthy and someone that is struggling that have products is the fact that they are buying the product of one over and over and over and over and much more. The other one is only selling 2 in a day or in a week. The other one is selling 1,000,000 pieces of their product. I tell people the difference between ShopRite with over 6,500 outlets, over 165,000 employees, and over $7 billion in annual revenue, and that woman that sells grocery on your street is volume of sales, volume of transaction.
True.
Because ShopRite kept selling so much that they had to start another outlet and another outlet and another outlet. And they kept selling out in all of the outlets, that they were having more money to start more and more and more and more. Check the margin that they have. It's not so much, but because of the volume that they are able to move. And how? Because they recognize that business success is tied to people. People.
Wow. Honestly, if we sit down here today, we will continue to dissect this matter because it is deep. Honestly, it is deep. And I like that, I think one of the goals, for us bringing this conversation on is to expand the awareness for you listening, for you watching, and even for ourselves, because we feel like there shouldn't be any mystery. The mystery, yes, around wealth. It's just like, I think our last guest also said it, right? These things, they leave clues. Success leaves clues. People, you say, you've heard it over and over again, and it's just that, coming to that awareness and accepting it, because some of you will still hear everything we shared, it will still pass. Like, what are they saying? What's all
It,
these?
it will always do that. Let me quickly share something. Wealth is evil.
What is what?
It's evil.
And
And I will explain
and
I will explain it. I will explain it. So the person who wrote the love of money is the root of all evil, he has a very interesting perspective. And let me quickly share that perspective. Number one, for wealth to have value, everyone will not have it.
Is it? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh.
There was a story of a guy in some centuries, I think the 4th century or so, Mansa Musa, the ruler of Mali or so at that time, who was so rich in gold. He was making a trip to the Arab country, and he had over 50,000 camels and horses that were following him, and he carried so much gold that it crashed the economy of Egypt, which was the civilization at that time, because he gave so much gold to common people on the streets. Because people now have gold, everybody have access to gold. The economy crashed because nobody was willing to sell or buy anything anymore. Gold had no more value. So the idea
current
that
reality of Japan, actually,
the
and I feel
idea that
Japan,
you want, the idea that you want everyone to be wealthy is what's going to crash. Is what's going to crash the economy. So for the economy to stand, there has to be inequality. And this fact is what makes it so that wealth doesn't come automatic to people. Only people who recognize it, develop the right mindsets, and goes out of their way to build, they are the ones who enjoy wealth or money or riches. So if you are sitting and wanting people to just come and drop things on your laps, you are joking. Because the very nature of the world economy, it has to be unequal. Some people have to have, some people must lack. For the people who have to make sense, to have value, Gold is gold because it is rare. If they don't keep it and lock it up in those treasury places, it will not have value. If somebody has one Isakaba power now and enters the vault of England, they have bars of gold that is worth over 200 billion pounds. And
Did you
then
say
pack all of that
Takaba?
gold.
Wait, did you say Takaba?
Yes,
I
now
heard
just appear. You know, you just use Egbe and just appear and pack all the goods and distribute to everybody. The economy will crash immediately. So that's part of the evil of money in that sense, because its very nature means that it's not going to be nice to you. Its very nature means it doesn't care about you. Its very nature means some human being that are almost 90 years will still shout a melocon and still go and establish some companies and factories somewhere to be collecting all the country's oil, refine it and sell it back to the country and still pay themselves subsidy. I did not mention any name of the country. And you wonder, this man, as old as you are, with all the wealth you have, controlling and ruling one of the largest cities in Africa under his fingertips, and it's not yet done. He's still going out to build and build. That tells you the nature of wealth. So some people have so much abundance that their generation to 10 generations to come will never lack anything they desire.
Chai.
Whereas
I almost feel like this thing Sam just said now captures the dark side of wealth.
Yeah.
That's why I said it is evil. It has dark side too.
Okay, is
So
it evil now? I think I'm struggling with the term evil. What about selfish? Is it selfish? Or I don't know. I'm just
anything
struggling
that
with the
is
word
not
evil.
anything that is the opposite of good is evil. Now, some people will explain it and say it is neutral. It is how you choose to use it. But I would say it is evil because it's a higher class of evil. True evil, listen to this, and a lot of people don't understand this because this is high level. True evil is having capacity to do bad, but having enough control not to do it.
Okay.
True evil? Are you sure? Having capacity to do bad, but having enough control not to do it.
Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down for you.
That's wicked.
Who is the worst enemy you can have? Your friend.
Okay.
Your friend is your worst enemy. If I come to you and I say I'm your enemy, I want to kill you, you know how to deal with me. But if I come to you and say, I love you, you are the best, this, you are that, and I'm giving you food, I'm treating you nice and all that. But in my heart, you are like a chicken for Christmas. My feeding you is not because I love you. I want you to be fat enough so that me and my family can chop you where in Christmas. So you warm up to me as my chicken. When you see me, you run to me. I give you corn, you chop it. You are happy. I didn't love you. When Christmas come, I'll close your eyes. I will fry some, boil some. So those who does evil naturally, they steal, they do bad, and they are primitive level. They are not the real threats. The real threat is the one who have capacity but chooses not to do it.
Wallahi, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense because I just saw a post today that was talking about this in the sense of, the devil. So the picture was sheeps in a pen, but one of it has the face of a wolf, meaning that the devil does not come to you and say, "Hey, I am devil." No, he will come to you like, "I'm on your side now.
Is the angel,
I got you."
is the angel of
Like
light.
this really explains that.
Is the angel of light. Do you know that the word Lucifer is also the same word Christ? Somehow they are similar. Lucifer means morning star, and Jesus is also called the bright and morning star. So these guys are like identical twin. Not so. No. It's simple logic. It's a bad theology, but it's simple logic. Lucifer meaning is morning star, and Jesus is also called the bright and the morning star. So even the Christ is called Lucifer in a way. And even Christ himself said, I saw Satan fall like lightning. The guy is good. So when you see somebody all of a sudden just rise to some level of stardom, and let's say they're an artist, for example, or a performer of some sort, and all of a sudden they are filling up stadiums in foreign countries, filling up arenas and all of that, don't envy them. Don't feel that you are a failure, because what you see is the tip of the iceberg. There is a guy that controls everything, affluence and wealth on this planet. He showed himself in the Bible. He came to Jesus during his fasting and prayer and said, all the wealth of this planet, I'm in charge. I give it to whom I choose. Just bow to me in secret here. I'll give you everything. So the fact that somebody is doing big stuff doesn't mean it's entirely good. Doesn't mean it is God also. I said let's not get deep because this matter is twisted.
Yeah,
Honestly,
because
it's twisted.
it's now like it sounds like but the goal here is to be
How did we get here?
Because this matter is twisted.
I think I'm always for balance, having to know everything, because again, from where I'm looking at it from, how they say darkness, bad thing, where I'm coming from, I don't think anything is bad, like we've all agreed, is the definition, because they'll tell you evil things, the night, evil things, but growth actually happens in the night. This is me trying to deviate so that some people that will be saying
light has no value without darkness.
Beautiful. So there is always that balance before somebody is thinking that, are you not saying that wealth and evil, this, do I have to, some people might not get it. So I'm just throwing it out there that there are certain things that, and I also think that for us, I'm seeing a masterclass here. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing a masterclass for the people that this would be very beneficial to, because like we always say, what we do on YouTube is for gbogbo, so to speak.
Okay.
Everyone can go get it, watch it for free. However, if you're looking to take it to another level, like we did, when we did our thing the other time, the energetic and myself. And right now, what I'm seeing here is some people might be watching this and they're thinking that, look, this man doesn't want to say certain things because, not very many people can catch it. And
if you know half of what I know, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. So Gracie, push it out. Say it. Confess it. Bring it to reality. I like where you're going. Please give it life.
I'm thinking that we should create, probably before the end of this month, we're going to create something that would be for a group of people that wants to take this to another level. And we'll talk about it after now. And then if there's anything, we'll put it out there for people to come in. And of course, you're going to pay for it. So just prepare your mind and know that if you want to come on board to learn more, some of the things that you would not hear right now, just plan towards it. I think I just got it. It came like a spirit that, hey,
and I receive it. We call it forth. Oh God,
right?
Spiritual, very spiritual.
You know me.
Please ask your last question, your normal question.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's 1 hour. You know me. I like. Hey, see, already we have done 1 hour.
It's 1 hour. Time I've reached.
Okay.
If they put you and Sam for the same room, Now master class will be 5 hours.
Yes, and it's important because I was already saying that, babe, we should bring him again, but I'm saying that no, this time around, come and exchange your money and your time to get that juicy part that would be useful to you. Okay, so let me ask this question that I usually ask all our guests when they come on board, and the question is, what do you think about using your voice for impact?
Okay. I think I already answered the questions earlier, or the question earlier.
Why your heart cut? You dey fear say which kind of question they
I was
want ask?
wondering what question is going to be. I think I already answered it earlier. Uh, Impact is doing things that is beyond you, doing things that makes life easier and better for other people. And I said everything we use today, someone created. They didn't have to. They may not have to, but they did anyway. And then it creates something that makes life a little easier and better for us today. So the same way, all the things that we are gathering, all the knowledge that we are also getting, they are not meant for us to know alone. They are meant for us to share with other people. It's just that most times some people are not worthy of a certain information. All right. Like they said, a child, even an heir, even when he's a child, even though he's the heir of the house, is not different from a servant, because you cannot give his inheritance to him because of his nature as a child at that time. So even though the thing belongs to him, all the knowledge belongs to us all, but we grow, we develop, then we become worthy of new insights, new things. There are things I know today that if I had known 10 years ago, my life would be very different in a good way from the way it is right now. But I'm happy I'm still knowing them, because maybe if I'd known them 10 years ago, I wasn't ready. It could have created some other kind of unpleasant reality for me. All right. So we need to keep it in mind that what you're finding out, what you are learning, what you are knowing, what you are discovering by practice are meant to be shared with other people. So when you see worthy audience, always lend your voice to share things for them. So being a voice of impact means contributing to greatness that is beyond you, other people's greatness, people's developments in different fields or areas of life. Contribute, say something, do something. I have chosen to teach digital skills and teach mindset change so that people can recognize. I mean, at some point, I felt like I was a failure because I was studying physics. The only future I saw for physics is being a lecturer or a teacher. That was the only thing everybody in physics were becoming. But now I realize that I wouldn't have understood life the way I do without the laws of physics, which are the laws of life. All right. So recognizing these laws helps me. And this is why I love Marvel movies a lot, because even though they didn't get things correctly, they are really crystallizing some of the abstract principles and laws that we have learned. They are bringing life to them, and we can see, oh, these things are like this. All right, this one is like that. So all of these things is helping my life. All right, and that's why EJ is pretty close to me. There are times we are broke, we don't have any money, and I will be smiling and be happy. And she'll be like, when things know they affect you, I say, me, don't worry. And like magic, she will just see things as change and all that. Oh, you doing it, this man. I know something. All right. And what I know transcend what I'm experiencing. Because my experience could be a lie, but my knowledge is true. How do I say my experience could be a lie? The same thing I'm experiencing that I'm crying, someone else is experiencing it, is smiling. Let me give you an example. Two ladies visit a doctor. The doctor gave them the same information. You are pregnant. You are pregnant. One wants to go and jump inside lagoon. The other one call people to come and drum and dance. The same news. Different people saw it different ways. So that's how, so your experience can be a lie. Mary might have swallowed sniper, but for the angel that told her, say, now the savior of the world, you they carry you. She might have killed herself. Shame. How can I be pregnant when I'm not yet married? And it's not even the man that I'm supposed to marry that is the owner. But because she got an information, she acted differently. So what you know is realer than your experiences, because your experiences could be a lie. Make we no talk too much. And I no pay for this class. Make I.
So shout out to a fellow physicist. Now, be energetic. How do you feel that you have two physicists in your
We
your
will
state?
finish. We will finish.
In my
So
you pay
now
me to, I know
it is,
be
so it
science
is not
student.
saying that I love it. I love it. I'm going to watch this again and again. Thank you so much, Dr. Hubbard, for coming.
Thank you
Now
for
it
your
makes
time.
sense that, when I hear you say certain things, I'm like, oh, it's deeper. You have seen the intangible. You've worked with abstract, and that time it didn't make sense. Now it's making sense. Thank you so much for gracing our show, and we hope when we come to you again, you will come.
He cannot say no, don't worry. I got him. I got goodwill with him.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sam, for being here. I mean, it's always deep, listening to you, and it's the for me, it's the fun that comes with it that makes it even stay better. And the way that thing is said, like, this guy not the great. I don't know this guy now. He don't they go 3 years plus. I've never seen this guy angry, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, who are you? Why would you not be angry? Why? I've never seen him upset. It's crazy, and I'm afraid actually. Like, hey, the day when this guy go yari, who knows whether ever will come down? But it's been a pleasure, having this conversation with you. And absolutely, we're going to reach out to you for that master class, because we believe that a lot of people need to go deeper and understanding. And we know that, yes, wealth will not go round. But like you said, when you labor for it, it's possible for you to enter into it. But it's not going to come at you. It's not, at this point, just knowing about it is not going to cut it. Doing something about it, being active about it, being intentional about it is what will bring the result. And we'll see how we can lend our voice to that, because again, that's why we are our voice and we are making impact with it. Thank you so much, everyone who has joined. If you had questions, I'm so sorry we didn't get more of the comments in the comment section. I think Facebook people were trying to also connect, but please leave your question in the comment section. And look out for that announcement when we have that special masterclass with Dr. Sam, so that you can be a part of it. All right. So God bless you. Thank you so much for being here today. So we'll come your way again next week, still on this matter of wealth. We're going to be looking at it from another angle with yet another fantastic guest. Remain amazing. God bless you. See you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.